Christine and Karina on Wake Up with Head Start. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'll tell you there you are. I see you. Good morning, Salem. Hi, Selena. Good morning, Lisbon. East Garfield. I see you, girls. Good morning, East Palestine. Hi, St. Anthony's. And good morning, all of East Liverpool. Good to see you. Good morning, Walter. So happy everybody could join us today.
These days are all free. These days are all share them with me. Goodbye, gray sky, hello, blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. It feels so right, it can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all week long.
We're coming back, and we're coming back stronger than ever. It's going to be fine. There are no lunch ladies anymore. We're going to give every kid 180 Uncrustables at the beginning of the year. And however you use them is how you use them. Just go with God. If the teacher gets sick, we're just going to wheel in a TV and play Remember the Titans. If you cough, that's detention. If you sneeze, that's 3 days out of school suspension.
Some classes are going to be in the woods.
C's are now B's, B's are now A's, and if you get an A, you skip a grade. We don't have time. We are replacing all the school buses with open air golf carts, so the commute will be longer. Everyone has to wear a mask, but if you're one of the cool kids, like one of the popular people, you can go like that. This is definitely going to work. We'll see you in September, and probably just September.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. It is Wednesday, August 19th, and we are so glad you tuned in. Welcome back to another episode of Wake Up Head Start. Good morning with breaking news and local news and warm, fuzzy stories. We're so happy to be together with you and able to share what's been happening and what's going to be happening in our neck of the woods. Let's get started, Christine.
And now, this just in. Breaking news. There's a virus out there on the loose, and it's called COVID-19. And there's an impact on schools for the 2021 school year. Can we be clean enough? For more on this news story,
hi, this is Samantha Klingon with the latest health news. Just in case you were living under a rock or on your secluded private island these last few months, I have an announcement to make. We are currently under a global health crisis due to COVID-19. So you're going to see some changes at your centers as your health and safety remain a top priority to our program. Some of these changes include staff wearing face coverings, temperature checks, using a daily symptom checklist, and brace yourselves. Don't get too upset. No toothbrushing. Devastating. Now, to give you a visual of what these health checks will look like for the 2020 and 2021 school year, we have created a video for you. So let's take a look.
Good afternoon. Hello, have a good day. Good afternoon. How are you today?
Just fine. Goody, good. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I had fun today. Goody, good. Good night. Good night to me. Wash your hands, do-do-do-do-do. Wash your hands, do-do-do-do-do. Wash your hands, do-do-do-do-do. Wash your hands. Grab some soap, do-do-do-do-do. Grab some soap, Grab some soap. Save that last. Save that last. Save that last. Phew. Let's stay healthy. Let's stay healthy. Let's stay healthy. Let's stay healthy. Oh yeah.
If you have any questions about the health checks, feel free to contact me through phone or email or at least 6 feet away from me with your mask on. Now, let's talk about how to keep your classroom clean and safe. This video will show you the proper procedures for cleaning and disinfecting a table. Lastly, as you noticed in the health check video, the students will be taking their shoes off when entering the classroom, and here's why.
This is the reason right there that I make people take their shoes off in my house. Gross factor 10, because I don't want that in my living room.
Megan Murphy is always on the move. She's Good Housekeeping Magazine's executive editor and an expert on cleanliness in the home. Most days she takes the New York City subway and pounds the pavement heading to work and home.
Nobody looks down.
She showed Lisa Guerrero what she finds on the streets is sometimes kind of disgusting.
No! No!
Okay, this is vile.
We got to wondering, what kind of disgusting matter does super clean Megan traipse into her house without even realizing it? Same deal with her 3 active kids.
Team Murphy, bring it in.
So we took all their shoes and sent them off to the lab.
I'll be shocked if you don't find a little something.
A little something something.
We did the same with Carolina Santos Reed, a professional dancer. When she's not working, she likes taking her 2 cute dogs for walks at the local dog park.
Do you ever wonder what's on your shoes after you've been to the dog park?
Oh my gosh, all the time.
One in each bag.
Okay.
We also approached random people on the street, like this guy.
I'm Lisa Guerrero with Inside Edition. Do you mind if I swab your shoe?
After we explained, he agreed.
What do you think's on your shoe?
Well, all kinds of things.
After a week, the results came in from the lab.
Time to reveal the dirty details. Okay, here we go. So, they were loaded with bacteria. Okay. Yours were bad, but your kids' shoes were worse. In fact, they had 9 different kinds of fungi, 7 different kinds of bacteria, including one that can cause a serious infection.
Wow. They'd only been wearing those for a week.
You're kidding.
So for them to be that contaminated is extra gross.
Why should you care? Because all those germs on the bottom of your shoes can wind up in your home. We applied a fluorescent marker to that professional dancer's shoes. Then she walked around her apartment. Then we turned off the lights and shined an ultraviolet light on the floor.
It's kind of scary to look at it and see it up front like this.
It looks like a crime scene.
Yep.
It's a crime scene of
Crime scene
germs.
of germs.
So what did we find on her shoes?
Well, we found 4 types of fungi
Oh
and
my
4
God.
types of bacteria on your shoes,
Wow.
including one that can cause an infection as serious as meningitis.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's terrible.
And that stranger on the street nice enough to let us swab his shoe?
We found 4 different types of bacteria, including E. coli.
Oh God, that's not good.
No,
That's not
you
good
know
at
what
all.
that is, right?
That's not good at all. So
It's
one
poop.
more reason to take your shoes off all the time when you're in
Yes.
your apartment.
Now, this probably seems like a lot of information, but no worries. You will receive an 85-page write-up with all of the changes for you to review in your spare time. So that's all for now. Sending it back to you, Christine and Karina.
Wow. This COVID thing is making me crazy. I can't take it. It's scary. We got separated. I need 6 feet. I can't breathe. Mask on. I need some oxygen. Woo! The news. And we got to switch gears into something a little bit happier. I cannot talk about this anymore. Let's go to Lisa. She has some highlights of the Early Head Start program.
In other news, Community Action Agency's Head Start opened its first Early Head Start classroom in Salem over the summer. The Early Head Start program provides comprehensive child development and family support services for infants and toddlers in Columbiana and Jefferson County. The age-appropriate curriculum is tailored to meet their specific needs while supporting parents in their role as their child's primary caregiver. Children enrolled in the program will receive on-site age-appropriate education, developmental screenings and assessments, and free and nutritious meals. Each classroom will be equipped with 2 highly trained and educated teachers and will accommodate up to 6 infants and toddlers due to the COVID-19 regulations, but typically would service up to 8 children. Work on additional classrooms in Steubenville and East Liverpool are underway with plans to open this fall.
This just in, breaking education news.
This is Sarah Hensroth reporting live from Lisbon Head Start. I'm with Haley Campbell and Cindy Farello, Child Development and Family Partnership Managers at CAA of CC Head Start. Tell us why you're here today, ladies.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you for having us. We just wanted to share a few pieces of technology that we will be utilizing in the classrooms this year to include both in-person and virtual activities.
Now, I noticed a lot of webcams were delivered to the office over the summer.
Yes, you're correct, Sarah. So all of our classrooms are going to be equipped with webcams to allow for those special activities to continue with having minimal contact of people coming in and out of the rooms. So Bonnie and Lindsay can continue doing puppets with each classroom, and if the teachers would like to do a virtual field trip, they can also do that with the webcams.
Will this also allow staff to engage with their virtual students better?
It will. It will allow them to engage with their virtual students.
Is there any other technology in the room available to support live streaming?
Yes, we will be using the swivel robot camera as well. The camera rotates and follows the teacher automatically. It connects to multiple markers for recording audio throughout the classroom and uses an iPad for recording videos.
So it sounds like that will really help to minimize the number of people going in and out of the classroom this year.
Yes, it absolutely will. Haley and I will also be using the swivel robot to do all of our class observations. So we will still conduct 3 20-minute cycles, but we'll be recording the observations all virtually with the swivel robot. And as much as possible, all the other content managers are also going to use the swivels to conduct their classroom observations.
And that includes coaching. I also heard that there are a few changes with apps in the classroom, particularly with the parent communication app and a new parenting curriculum program.
Yes, we will be using the Classroom Show parent communication app this year for all Head Start and Early Head Start classrooms. along with the Ready Rosie parenting curriculum. This curriculum allows our staff to share videos, workshops, and professional development opportunities to build partnerships with families.
Here's some more on Class Dojo.
What makes an amazing classroom? Is it having shiny new desks? Is it that fearless classroom pet in the corner? Or maybe it's something you can't see. Maybe it's about the classroom community you build with students, teachers, and parents. In a classroom where students all work together, persevere through challenges, and help each other out along the way, these moments should never go unnoticed. This year, you'll be using Class Dojo to celebrate those moments in class and share them home. You'll each start with your very own monster. And anytime you show an important skill, like working hard or being creative, your teacher can award you a point on Class Dojo. For those extra exciting moments, your teacher can take a photo or video. Best of all, your parents will get to see all the skills you're building and share in your unforgettable classroom moments. So let's get started. What skills do you want to recognize in your classroom?
And here's some info about Ready Rosie.
Impacting the lives of children is fulfilling and at times overwhelming. It's difficult to do alone, but by partnering with families and building a connection between home and school, educators and families share the responsibility and opportunity. This is where Ready Rosie comes in. Our mission is to equip and inspire schools and families to work easily together to better the lives and trajectories of our children. We know that children's learning outcomes dramatically improve when families and teachers work together. Ready Rosie exists to build the link between home and the classroom through a variety of tools. At the heart of what we do are our modeled moment videos. These are roughly 2-minute-long videos that show real families modeling fun activities and games that support the learning going on in the classroom in authentic ways, anywhere, at any time. Respecting busy family schedules by taking advantage of things families are already doing, like eating a meal, driving to school, or playing at the park, and they don't require any special materials. Every video is modeled in both English and Spanish, with additional options for subtitles or closed captioning. While Ready Rosie videos are designed to be shared with families digitally, the activities themselves are designed to be carried out off-screen, inspiring rich conversation and interactions between adults and children. Modeled moments are built around learning milestones and align with state and many early learning standards. This allows you to select activities that reinforce what you are teaching in the classroom. Math, literacy, social-emotional learning, and health and well-being are the primary categories in our library with over 1,000 videos. In addition, you'll find research and answers videos filmed with experts in education and child development, sharing relevant information for both families and educators. Family members of your students aren't in the classroom every day to see potential areas where they can further learning opportunities and skills at home. With Ready Rosie, you now have the opportunity to share ideas, tips, and solutions quickly and easily with parents and caregivers. When your families receive the modeled moment videos via text or email, they can watch quickly, grasp the concept, then weave new learning opportunities into their day. The best part is they can share comments to tell you what worked, what didn't, and communicate with you directly around their child's development and their family's goals. All of this has allowed Ready Rosie to lead the field in rethinking how we measure family engagement. For the first time, we give you insights into how families are learning and growing together outside of school. You'll get insightful dashboards to help you see how Ready Rosie is working across your program, in your classrooms, and how learning at home is connected to learning in the classroom. In order to help you meet your unique family engagement goals, we've developed a robust suite of resources like family workshops, parent-teacher conference toolkits, family night toolkits, and content to help support families through the important transitions into pre-K, into kindergarten, and throughout the summer months. Ready Rosie was created to make partnering with families easier and support learning in the classroom and beyond.
What about collecting evidence and lesson planning? Will there be any tech-based options for that?
So yes, there will be. We are going to provide the GOLD documentation app that will be available to teachers if they would like to use that. That provides an easy way to document all of their notes to show the evidence for the GOLD objectives. And also they'll have the option of doing an online lesson plan through Teaching Strategies, or the same lesson plan with paper that we did last year.
Well, thank you, Haley and Cindy, for spending some time with us this morning. I know I'm really excited about the possibilities the new hardware and software offer to staff, students, and families. I do have one last question. Any kind of new program or new technology can be really overwhelming for staff. So will there be any additional information or support in how to utilize these new tools?
Yes, staff will participate in several pre-service trainings to learn how to use the new tools that we covered today.
Well, thank you again, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
This is Sarah Hensroth for Wake Up with Head Start, sending it back to Christine and Karina.
And in our latest story, Ursi, how many children are in a class?
So I asked us to come outside for some fresh air and to make sure that we know what our story is when they email and ask us to be recorded for the Wake Up Head Start News thing for the staff meeting. So I thought we should have our story be straight. So my question for you, Jen, is are all of the class lists ready to share with staff?
Of course they are. It's fine. Everything's fine.
So now that Governor DeWine has opened up to full enrollment, how many children are we going to be enrolling?
It's a good question, Keith. We could bring in 18 to 20 in each classroom, but then there's the challenge of staffing and buses and COVID. So we really think it's wise to start manageable and go from there. Numbers are subject to change.
It's 9, Keith. 9 in the classroom, plus 4 virtual. Except EHS. EHS is 8.
But it's not quite that simple, Keith. If we decided to increase, we could then add those 4 virtual into the classroom and then have 13 or more. And then we could get like 14 or 15 or 16 in the classroom, or maybe we could even put all 20 in the classroom if COVID went away. We were going to have 8 in EHS classrooms, but then group size was reduced to 6. But now that it's lifted, we're going to go back to 8. So EHS will be fully enrolled at 68.
So Keith, how many children are we enrolling?
8 for EHS. 8. 9 for Head Start. 9. 4 for virtual. 4.
So, but Keith, Steubenville City is different. They're always different. They have 12 or 14 or 13 or 17 or however many. They're just different because they're ODE and not ODJFS.
It's complicated, Keith.
Joke time, Christine.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side?
No, because the chicken behind it didn't know how to social distance.
Let me try. What do you call a fake noodle?
I don't know. What do you call a fake noodle?
An impasta! And now a check on traffic with Marcy, followed by a commercial from our sponsor, Grunge Wash. Marcy?
Hi, this is Marcy Height reporting on the latest transportation news. Anyone want to go on a bus ride? I'm not the bus driver, but I might ride your bus one day. What do we want? We want friendly drivers. This means drivers, you can smile to the child, and that would work wonders. We want caring monitors. Use this opportunity to continue the experiences that you do in the classrooms. And be creative, have fun, and we will have safe and happy children. Be safe out there.
Oh no! There's virus everywhere! Who do I call? I can't believe this! I hope Tom's available. Ring, ring.
Yeah, this is Tom.
Oh, Tom, I need you to come save me. There's virus everywhere. Can you come spray today?
I got the solution.
Oh, thank goodness. Holy. Tom, it's amazing.
I see it. Stand back.
You're seeing things running through your head. Who can you call? Ghostbusters! An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Oh, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
Look at them disappear. It works. No.
Hi, it's me, Tom, from Tom's Cleaning Up Your Stuff place. It's a working title. But you got germs? We got the solution. We use this grunge wash. 12 ounces in a gallon, you're good. Let it sit for 4 minutes. Good.
I'm afraid of no dust.
For the past 55 years, the Community Action Agency of Columbiana County has been helping people and changing lives. I'm here on location today in Lisbon, Ohio, to talk to CEO Tom Andrews to find out what role CAA has played during this pandemic.
Thank you for coming to visit the Community Action Agency of Columbiana County and learning more about how we've helped during this pandemic. First, I want to say we're happy to have all of our Head Start staff back for a new school year. We'll be over 300 employees strong through our agency. Our agency size is about $23 million annual budget. We provide 4 different departments of services. And you've just talked to Head Start and what's going on in their area. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more. So we have Head Start, we have a federally qualified health center, we have public transportation or CARTs, and we also have community services. The pandemic has been around us for just about 6 months. And I want to kind of go back and see how it first impacted the agency. When it first happened in March, and the governor made us close everything, we are considered a life-sustaining business. So we needed to keep certain programs open. For example, I'll start with a federally qualified health center. The health center is health, behavioral health, and dental centers. And we're here to be that service for anyone that needs it. That means if you have private insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, or anyone who doesn't have insurances, we're here to provide health care for you. When the pandemic first hit, we were told that we should not be having patients come to our centers for health, dental. So we canceled all the regular routine visits and just emergency visits, but we stayed open as a health center because we needed to help our patients. The first thing that really hit us was dental. The Board of Dentistry at the state level closed, and we were only allowed to do emergency services. Our behavioral health, a lot of our patients had anxiety during this time, and we couldn't see them in person, so we tried to move forward with telehealth. Through the pandemic, we have laid off over 55 staff. Fortunately, we have brought them all back, as I mentioned earlier, 300 employees plus. But in the health center, we had to lay off about 20 staff. Most of it was in dental because we couldn't provide any other services but emergency. Our behavioral health, We stayed connected to our clients through telehealth. We moved quickly because the state let us, and we could do telehealth appointments. And over 80% of our appointments were telehealth at that time. And in our health center, we only saw patients that really needed our services. We set up all the parameters with PPE, taking temperatures, making sure that no one that potentially could have the virus would come into our offices. Since then, we've moved forward, and all of the dental center staff are back, and we're providing regular cleanings and ongoing. At the end of June, we partnered with the National Guard and tested people for the virus. We thought we'd see about 100 patients. We saw over 275 people that wanted to be tested for the virus. We continue to provide that testing for anyone that needs it. We just ask you to use a telehealth. The other thing that we put on hold for the health center was the dental services. Here in Lisbon, we have equipment that has aged, probably from the 90s when we first got it. We got a grant from HRSA for $300,000, and now we have updated all of the facilities. So the new facility down in Calcutta mirrors Lisbon. So I ask all of you, if you will have any dental needs, come and see us in our new facilities. It's great. So that's a little bit about what the health center's been doing. And we continue. Now, when the pandemic hit, we were probably down to about 30% of the patients we were seeing. We're back up to about 90,000 of seeing our patients. So we're close to where we were at one point, but we're still not there. The one thing I want to talk about with the health center is the additional funds that we've received to help us through this pandemic, to keep our doors open and for us to provide and do more services. Like I mentioned, telehealth, and I mentioned doing the testing for the coronavirus. Those are new additional things that we hadn't done previously. And the CARES Act, or the stimulus, has really helped in the Federally Qualified Health Center. Now, I want to talk about CARTS, which is our public transit services. We are the public transit provider for the county. The county commissioners have designated us back in 1983. And before the pandemic hit, we averaged about 500 trips per day. And when the pandemic hit, we couldn't provide those services anymore. We went down to about 150 trips, which is drastic. There's about 70 staff in that program. We had to lay off over 20 drivers because we just didn't have driving for them to do. But slowly, we've built back up, and we're just about at 250 to 280 trips per day. And because of the CARES Act and because of the funding that we have, anyone can ride for free. We used to charge fares, but because we got federal funds and state funds to help us be whole, we can offer those free probably till the end of the year. Not sure, but pretty sure. So that's what CARTS is doing. Now, we have a full capacity of drivers. We're actually looking for drivers right now. So if you want to drive a CARTS bus, please see us. And last is community services. Community services has over 47 different programs, from homeless services to housing to weatherization programs to other specific programs that help individuals, like home repair. We have a pay services, and I could list that goes on. We have a food pantry that's open for anyone in the county to provide supplemental food for people that qualify through income. When the pandemic first hit, we used to see clients in our offices to assess them for energy assistance or for energy conservation programs, our weatherization programs. But during the pandemic, we could no longer see people in our offices. So we changed how we saw people. People could drop off information. We talked to them over the telephone through telehealth, and they were able to qualify for services. Our most critical services that were hurt by the pandemic is our weatherization, where we have crews go into families' homes and do weatherizing and energy conservation. We had to lay off 16 people because we could no longer go in homes. So they have been laid off for probably 2 or 3 months. And just in June, they all came back, and we're now going into families' homes and doing everything very structured so that we keep our staff and the families' homes we go into safe. The food pantry, it was 4 days open, anyone in the county could come and get supplemental food. We have continued to have that offered throughout the pandemic. Now people show up, they show their driver's license in the front door through a camera, and then we give on the side of the building, they can pick a food pantry bag. Anywhere in your community in Columbiana County can come and get these services and get supplemental food. Also in community services is our homeless services. And because of the pandemic, we've set up a separate shelter. So if anyone comes to the shelter who's already homeless and tests positive or has signs of having the virus, we've set up a separate location for them to go and be. Because if you're homeless, you can't leave the shelter and find another place to self-contain. So we had to do that for our county homeless individuals. Those services continue. We've been very fortunate and haven't had anyone with the virus, but we have that system set up in case there's a need. We've also been working with the local EMS and health departments. So if people in the county get a test positive, we are the place they come if they need alternative locations. So if, say, a child has parents at home, the child gets tested and is positive, but can't go home because his parents have some kind of health issue, they call us. We can help gear them to hotels that will take them. We can help them find other status. So we're doing that as a county to help designate during this pandemic. That's another additional services that we offer. And in closing, I really want to bring it back to Head Start because that's what we all started with. Head Start has really done a fantastic job of running a summer program with about 48 children, no more than 9 in a classroom, and have a whole system about how they have kids come into the classroom, with taking temperatures to asking those questions before they come into the classroom. And I know that Christine and her team will have a great plan for how we're going to begin school here pretty soon in September. We have seen a great need in our county, and we're very proud that we're able to stay open and stay relevant within the community that we serve. I wish everyone well. I know we'll get through this period in our time, and we'll all be better off for it. So everyone stay safe. Thank you for spending time with me today.
And in more than local news, you may be wondering, what have the Family Advocates been up to? Well, we're going to check in with local coach Jim Morrell to find out.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
So we came in with expecting the usual plays and numbers, 20 kids, 20 kids, 20 kids. Here comes the other team, COVID-19. All of a sudden, 9 and 4, people. And we did amazing.
Take me out recruiting. Take me out with the crowd. Give us some intakes and documents. We do care if we ever get back, so let's root for our families. If they don't come, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 steps you're in at the best Head Start.
Now, over to Jocelyn for a check on the weather. We have a few press releases that just arrived in time. First, Malia with the rules.
Good morning, Head Start and Early Head Start staff. This is Malia Wright, Program Quality Coordinator, with the latest licensing news for the 2020-2021 school year. There are rules, always rules to follow, and now, with COVID-19, there are even more rules. So many rules. Look out! There comes another one. Okay, just breathe. Monitoring and support will happen. We all want what is best for the children and staff. I have to get back to work, but for now, take care of yourself, take care of others, and take care of this place. That is the latest licensing information for the upcoming school year. I'm Aaliyah Wright, sending it back to you.
And now with food news, we have Heidi Buck on location in Carmela's Kitchen.
I'm Heidi, the Nutrition and Procurement Coordinator, coming to you from Carmela's Kitchen here in Lisbon, Ohio. And I have breaking news that truly is breaking my heart. We will not be able to have family style dining this year because of COVID. But no worries, we will follow the CACFP requirements on our menu, including my favorite thing, milk. So, when you're in the classroom, you're gonna plate up. Use the spoodle to make sure you have the proper portion size on your plate. However, before you touch the spoodle, make sure you put on gloves and wear your mask. And if you're in the kitchen, don't forget to put on a hairnet. Now, again, we are not doing family style dining. So you do have to use a plate, and every component of the meal has to go on the plate. Proper portion size. Remember that with the cups too. Proper portion size of milk goes in every glass. Remember, if the menu has green beans on it, green beans go on. If they have pears, pears go on. If Jimmy doesn't like green beans, it doesn't matter. They still have to go on. If Mary likes pears, doesn't like them, they still have to go on. The only exception would be is if they had a nutrition healthcare plan or a special diet form, which would exclude them because of an allergy, a lactose intolerance, or maybe a religious belief. But if not, everything goes on the plate. This is Heidi, the Nutrition Procurement Coordinator, live from Carmela's Kitchen in Lisbon, Ohio.
I have a lot of memories from when I was a child. One that's always stuck out to me though was when I was about 10 years old and I was in school and I struggled. And I didn't struggle with English, math, or science. I struggled holding still. And I would try to listen and focus and process ideas, but I couldn't help myself. And to be honest, I would sit there and then I would just start tapping. And the students in the class would look at me and they'd say, "Hey, stop tapping." A lot of the time, I didn't even realize I was doing it. And then eventually even the teachers got after me and they would yell at me and they'd say, "Clint, you have to stop tapping." It got so bad that I got sent to the principal's office for tapping. And he said to me, "Okay, maybe when you go back to class, just try sitting on your hands." And so I did. I went back to class, and when I felt myself starting to tap, I did this. I sat on my hands. And that worked for about 5 seconds. One time I was tapping in class, and my teacher, Mr. Jensen, he looked at me and he yelled. And he said, "Clint, stay after class." And I thought to myself, this is it. I am done. Now, I've always been the type of person that believes that a single moment in time can change a person's life. And this was one of those moments for me, and I will never forget it. And so I was sitting there with Mr. Jensen and an empty classroom. And he walked past me and he sat next to his desk and he said, "Clint, come here. I want to talk to you." And as he looked me right in the eye, he said, "Now, I need you to know something. You're not in trouble. But I do have just one question that I have to ask you." And he asked, he said, "Have you ever thought about playing the drums?" And in that moment, Mr. Jensen, he leaned back and he opened the top drawer of his desk. And he reached in and he pulled out my very first pair of drumsticks. And he held them in his hands and he looked at me and he said, "Hey, Clint, you're not a problem. I think you're a drummer." From that moment on, I've never put those sticks down. I've toured, recorded, and played drums all over the world. My whole college education was paid for with drumsticks in my hand. Just because of a single moment in time when somebody believed in me. And he saw something in me that I didn't even see within myself. And from that moment, I learned that there's a difference between being the best in the world and being the best for the world.
And now we have a special treat. We go behind the scenes with Director Christine Malloy in Business News.
And I have lots of items of interest to share with you today. First off, we have a new fiscal coordinator. Her name is Shanna Lee, and she will be your contact for all things money involved. Also, some really good news. We were approved for a 2% cost of living adjustment effective June 1st. So if you've been working during the summer, you should have already got your wage increase. And if you're coming back from layoff, the exciting news is your paycheck is going to be 2% higher. Also, an exciting thing that happened this summer is the Summer Kinder Camp. We were able to secure funding to run an 8-week Summer Kinder Camp program, and it went off as a success. We were able to serve a funded enrollment of 48 kids who are now moving on to kindergarten this year, well prepared and ready to succeed. Also, we secured funding again with some COVID supplemental funding to be able to purchase lots and lots of PPE. So when you get to your center, there will be masks and gloves and thermometers and disinfectant machines, and you name it, we got it for you to keep you safe and healthy while you're here at Head Start. And finally, something that's been talked about the town is our new East Liverpool campus. We secured the old Farmers Bank on St. Clair Avenue in St. Clair Township. And we have finished construction on the 2 Head Start classrooms, a commercial kitchen, and 2 early Head Start classrooms. So that's really exciting. Eventually, we will be able to house another 4 Head Start classrooms, and so that we will be able to serve 6 Head Start classrooms and 2 early Head Start classrooms there at this one central location. So we're really excited about that. It's been a long time coming, a lot of work on this project, and it's nice to see that it's coming to fruition here. And finally, I'm really happy to tell you that we were able to fulfill everybody's wish list. Thanks so much to Amy Hardman for working so hard to get those put together.
Hi, this is Amy Hardman. I'm reporting from the Lisbon office. I'm the administrative assistant here for the program. Some of you know me, some of you don't. This is my first summer here and it's been quite busy. We have been getting a lot of delivery, so a lot of you will be happy to know that items from your wish list have arrived here at our office and have been hopefully delivered to the centers. And we've also been doing a lot of Zoom meetings here during this COVID time, and I schedule those Zoom meetings. And we also have a lot of phone calls coming through the office. A lot of those phone calls are for enrollment and application questions. Everything is well here. I hope you're all doing well.
And now with today's sports news, we go to Jocelyn.
Hi everyone, I am live here at Glenmore, and the students have some exciting news for this coming fall.
Speech!
OT.
OT!
PT.
PT!
For
everyone!
You know, Christine, it's been a difficult year. And we have a whole other year ahead of us. But I think we can make it.
You're right, Karina. We certainly will make it, just as we have before. Day in and day out, we show up and we do what we do for the children and families in this community, and we will continue to do it. Virus or no virus, we will put our best foot forward and serve the community like we have done for the past 52 years. Thank you to all of you for all that you do for the children and families in this community, and that I know you will continue to do. We will get through the storm, and we will be better on the other side. Thank you. And now, to close us out, a heartwarming story.
I do have a story for a moment just like this. A heartwarming story dedicated to all of us that work together as a team to make this program happen.
A picture story from the authors of Duck Rabbit, recommended by one of our Head Start coworkers. I Wish You More, from New York Times bestselling book creators Amy Krauss Rosenthal and Tom Lichtenheld. I wish you more ups than downs. I wish you more give than take. I wish you more tippy toes than deep. I wish you more we than me. I wish you more hugs than Uggs. I wish you more woohoo than whoa. I wish you more will than hill. I wish you more can than not. I wish you more snowflakes than tongue. I wish you more pause than fast forward. I wish you more umbrella than rain. I wish you more bubbles than bath. I wish you more treasures than pockets. I wish you more stories than stars. I wish all of this for you because you are everything I could wish for and more. What will you wish for?
Gray sky, hello blue.